Good morning, Angela here, or Angie, either way. Last time we left off on this page right here, which in our album was this page right here. Now we've changed it just a little bit to better save our paper. Didn't save on our gray or our purplish paper, our background paper, but it did save on this paper here. We have our string wrapped around it, or our twine. And so we have to go to the inside pages. Now we made our base pages. And you can see here, I now have cut out all the sections that we're going to need to put our covering on our base pages. So let me fold this up here and flip this around, and let's get started. So, what have you guys been up to? You can see what I've been up to. But yesterday I did have my genealogy day. So I was at the Genealogy Society. So had a great day there. A lot of organization going on down there and stuff like that. Okay, so we cut the page with the bird out. I have gone around the edges with my distressing ink, and it is ready to be attached to the center of our book, the center of our base page. So let's get started on that. A little bit of glue. Is that close enough, I hope? Crossing my fingers that the glue works. I shook it. I've tried to open the holes up really good, but that doesn't mean we won't get a little clump in there that says, hey, I'm not going to work right today. And of course it did. Let's see if that helps it. Crossing my fingers. Yes, it helped a little bit. And then it didn't. Means there's a clump stuck in there. Might have to give it a good squish. There it comes. Okay. Well, so far I can tell something's caught up in there. Let's switch over to our other glue and see if it works a little better. Yes, much better. A lot of squiggles here. I'm going to go back around that bottom edge because I had just a thin bead there. Go around the sides a little bit. All right, let's not place it upside down. We better oh yeah, this is the right way. Okay, we're set. Now, I cut it just smaller than the sides. So that the pages would still close. Looks pretty even top to bottom. And let's take our bone folder, squish that glue all around. Burnish, burnish, burnish. Take off any glue. And I see, nope, it went down. Oh, there it's up. Burnish along that edge good. Okay. Will it look okay? I think it does. Oh, nope, wait. Burnish it down just a little bit there. Check those pages, be sure they're burnished down. Okay, so then I went to do this page here. Now this one is the other piece of this. So you can see here the music continues on here, and then it's broken up here. And I had to cut a piece about this size. It is just over 1/2 inch wide. But you measure yours and be sure what size you need. I've gone around all the edges with the distressing ink. And I'm going to check this and see how it all fits. So this will come right to this, close to this line. Make sure it's even at the top. And this little piece here is going to slip in here, right along that edge. And we will actually start by gluing this one down, and then we'll glue this one in and scoot it up against it. So that fits good. It's not as long as this one. That's okay because it's covered up by the pocket. So let's go ahead and glue it down. Oh, my cat's talking over there. He's been an ornery guy this morning. First, he opened up the drawers in the kitchen. Wanted to pull the towels out. Wouldn't let him do that. So then he went to the computer. Now he loves to do this. He goes to the computer and he knocks everything off. And of course the dog runs right in there, because she wants to pick everything up that's fallen on the floor, which is, you know, paperwork. Things I'm trying to get done at the computer. And so anyway, there was that. And then he took off with my headphones on the little wire. And so he's been just a kind of a rascal all day. Now let's glue this one in. No, not that glue, but let's put a pin in that glue. See if we can. I'll use the other pin. Maybe it'll fit in there better. There we go. Okay, here we are. Let's see, what else is going on? Oh, my husband is at the county courthouse today. He got chosen for jury duty. So he's off to do that today. I don't know if he'll be chosen for anything, any trials or anything, but it's kind of neat the way they do it now. Now it's only for a week at a time when you get called to the county. So that's pretty cool. When I got called for jury duty here in town, it was for 6 months. I never got called. We never have any big juries here in town. They usually end up going to the county. So, Anyway, it was nice not to be called every week for 6 months. Okay, I'm going to line that up at the top. And I'm going to try and squish it down in there. Kind of hard to do when it has glue all over it. There it goes. Now, hopefully, well, my page tore just a little bit right there. So I'm going to have to figure out how to fix that. Don't like that. Well, hopefully it's not going to be one of those days where everything that could go wrong does go wrong. Okay, so that puts us to here on our secret pocket flap. Now on this one, I think I told you, I was going to cut it out of the front cover. And I did. I cut it right out of this area here. It came just above the 1 on the 10 there. And I cut that corner out. And the way I did that, I believe I just stuck it under here. No, that's not the way I did it. Not sure how I did it. Oh, yeah, that is how I did it. I just stuck it under here and cut it to fit. So you can't get another one out of it. Well, you could from this corner, I suppose, if you wanted to go that way, but I chose to go, I don't know how I did it, to be honest with you. And the other thing you can do is just line it up here and make a mark. That's how I did it. I'm just showing you on this corner. This is not what we're using because I've already cut mine. I lined it up here, went in just about 1/16 of an inch on the bottom. I made a mark at the bottom corner of the pocket. And then I did the same thing over here. I went up and marked just at the corner of the pocket. Then I took my ruler and on my flat surface I cut this from that mark to that mark. And that gave me, oh, that's not it, is it? Yes, that's it. That gave me this piece off of the front cover. Then I went around the edges with my distressing ink and distress that all up. You want to make sure you have your magnet placement over here so that that's going to be magnetized down. And then, let's see, I tried to find all my tools before I started, but I'm missing one tool, a VIP tool at that. Oh, here it is, over here. Make sure you pull up your tape. And then put some glue around your magnet. This is going to help loosen the fibers in your paper so that it can glue nicely down around your magnet. Go around the edges. So you see, by doing things this way and taking the fronts and the backs of the packaging, if they're good enough papers, you can get more out of a 10 or 12 pack of paper just by doing that. And that really helps. It, you know, it saves on a little bit of money, and saves by not having to buy a whole nother package. Had I not have done this, I would have needed 3 packages of the Stamperia Blues to complete this album. But by doing it this way, I only needed the 2. Let's see. Burnish it. Burnish around that magnet so it stays nice and attached. Burnish that glue out the corners and down at the bottom. And there we are. Very nice, huh? Okay, let's flip that open. Remove our score tape top here and down here. We're only going to do one of these at a time though. And it really doesn't matter. Now, I cut this piece out of the envelope section. There's 2 envelopes for the very front page. And did I burnish these? Yes, that's Luigi. You can hear him maybe? Listen. He's trying to get into a sack under the table. Luigi, what are you doing? Get out of there. Come here. All right. Say hi. Hi. Okay, go play. You're not going to go play? You're playing. That's what you're doing. Yeah. He's my little rascal this morning. We have 3 cats. Luigi, Miss Marble, after Miss Marple. And we have Kipper. Kipper is a desert lynx. She's a beautiful cat. She's the oldest cat we own. She's about 13 years old this year. Just had a birthday in July. And she looks like the youngest cat we own. She wasn't a perfect breed, so I got her for free. And she's a very special cat. But she, because of her not being a sellable kitty with her breed, I got her for free. And she's very tiny, tiny, tiny. She only weighs about 5 pounds. She hides from everybody. People don't know that we have a 3rd cat unless I bring her out to see them. She likes to hide under the bed most of the time when the other animals are in the room, or if the dog comes in the room. But she's kind of getting used to the dog now, and I think she would like to play with the dog because she still has a lot of playtime in her. But she's kind of freaks out. So under the bed she goes. But the other thing that really freaks her out is fireworks or a thunderstorm. If it's a thunderstorm or fireworks, my husband has an army blanket, retired military, I should say. And so I pull that blanket out of the cupboard and put it on the bed, and then she crawls into it, and I hold her in my arms all night long during thunderstorm or fireworks time. And that's how she gets her rest. I don't get mine, but she does get hers. But she's a beautiful cat. She's got, well, people call it orange in her, but she's gray, long hair. And she has half of her face is one color, brownish orange, and the other half is darks and grays and blacks. Okay, now I think that's going to be okay. We'll have to fix it with something. I'm going to have to think about that one. Let me see. So I can put a little tiny piece in here and then run a new piece right there, like a tag or something. Not really what I want to do. So I can see I'm going to need to cut it right about here. There's a way to fix everything. So what happened was when I pushed this down in there to push my page in, this tore. So what I'm going to do is attach this here, and then I will place something here to kind of cover that up. It'll be okay. It'll just reinforce the page anyway, which can't hurt. So all you could see what I did was just cut a little tiny piece, and it's going to slip in that spine area and come over. And then right in here I will attach, let's see if I can find a piece of that paper or something. And so I'm going to save that for right now. We're going to finish up the page. Okay, so we have our secret pocket and the page underneath of it. And that brings us over to this side. So this page here, as I told you in the other album, I forgot to put my rivets in. So I went ahead and made my hole punches here. I distressed the edges all the way around and here in the pocket. And now we're going to place a rivet in there. Don't know what's bugging me down there, but I hope it's not a spider, because I don't like spiders. Do you like spiders? My daughter, she loves spiders. My one daughter, my other daughter, not so much. But let's see, that's kind of that silvery one. And so is that. It's more of a gunmetal color. Okay. Oops. Put the first one in. Find my tool. Here we go. That's the ticket. That's not my hammer. Set that in there, make sure that it is centered properly. It'll catch on that little piece there. Give it a couple of straight down whacks. And there we go. There's one. Flip it around. Put your rivet in. And center that. Sorry about the noise. And there we go, 2 rivets. That will keep our page from ripping whichever direction it thinks it needs to rip. Okay. And let's attach this here. This is going to be a space for a tag. And you know, it is upside down, unfortunately, but I think that's okay on these mini albums. Right side up, upside down, distressed. Okay, just like on our other rivet page, we're going to glue the top. Because we want it to stay closed, and that will help prevent any ripping. And then we're going to glue down this side right to that rivet and go down. We're going to go down, clear down this side, and then we're going to go just along the bottom. That leaves us this part of the pocket to use. Carefully place that on there. Let me push this under here so you can see where we are. So we're centering that on the page. Be careful that you don't pull your pocket up and tear it. And then let's burnish it down. When your glue comes out like this, if you have a bone folder with a sharper point on it, go ahead and just pull that glue off. A lot of people will use their fingernails. I can't seem to grow a fingernail for more than a week at a time. They just break off. And break off and break off. So it would probably drive me nuts to have hand lotion, or sorry, I put hand lotion on all the time. It would drive me nuts to have polish on my fingers anyway. Oh, I hope I didn't glue that down. If I did, it will be a silliness, that's for sure. Okay, we have a pocket. Yay! Cool. Thank goodness. Okay, let's flip this which way? Back to here. Now on another piece of that paper, same paper, on the other corner was this piece. I cut around here, and then I cut straight up one of those lines, and I had measured how long I wanted it to be, and I cut across there, and I just cut this one piece out of that paper because I'm trying to save as much of it as I can. So now we have it right about here. And you can see I've got a little line around it. Okay. So then you can see this is still the same, I believe, paper, but you flip it over and you have the really artsy looking page with the burlap behind it. I measured it to fit on here. trimmed where I needed to. It doesn't need to come all the way down. This pocket's going to cover it. And because I was able to get this out of just one sheet of paper, I'm going to use it as just a tuck pocket because it's not a large pocket. And I think it'll be okay. Let me look at what I did. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. On this one I used a piece of black paper here, but not here. So yes, I think we'll be fine. We will be fine. Don't guess. No. Yes, I know. We will be fine. Of course, you don't want to go jamming things in there, like too fast and stuff like that, because that will ruin it. Oh yeah, here's this side of this paper. So I flipped it over and here we go. Go around your magnet. Loosen those fibers. Oops, I almost did the wrong side. Okay. So our other cat, Miss Marble, she is a cat that was dumped here along with 3 others. My daughter, Sarah, took one of the cats. The cat was so little and tiny and malnourished, we thought that they were all kittens. Well, the orange one died, unfortunately. It was pretty weak and got caught up by a raccoon early one morning. And I had to take him to the vet and he died. He was just too injured. We have raccoons here. And then up pops this tortoise colored one, tortoise hair or whatever they call it. She's got some real pretty calico markings on her. Blacks, brownish orange, some grays. Not a lot of gray. She does have a lot of black. She has some white down one side of her, on a paw or something like that. But she became Miss Marble. We kept her. My husband fell in love with her. Of course, there isn't a cat in the world he wouldn't fall in love with. So, anyway, she's been a real good cat. She's very playful. She did have some issues with her kidneys to begin with. So she was on medicine for a couple months. We seem to have got that squared away. But now the cat that my daughter has, we found out that she was definitely a lot older than kitten age. She has kidney disease as well, but it is advanced. She's on medicine, special diets, and the vet says she's really an old cat, not young at all. So now we're wondering how old our Marble is, because all 3 cats came at the same time here to the house. They're not the first cats we've had dumped. We've lived here for about 38 years, and I couldn't tell you how many cats have been dumped here, how many strays. Why people do that, I don't know. I wish they'd take care of their own cats or get their cats fixed. Every cat that's happened into here has gotten fixed and either moved on to a no-kill humane society or to someone else. So, oh, did you see that? I was not ready for it. It has to be glued a little longer. Excuse my reach here. I get this very bad clip and clip it on there for a little bit. Okay, so there we are. Another page is born. So now we have to go to this page and this page. Let me show you what I cut out. Okay. This is the page that we have the frame around. I'll show you here. Doo-doo-doo, where is it? Here we go. Okay. We have this frame around this one. If you've gone through your pad and you've been looking for it, you're going to have to look on the back of the very last page, the bottom page, because that's where it came from. Let me show you. It was on the back of here. I cut those song strips off at about a half inch each. That one is always tongue twisting me. On each side. So we have 4 strips like this. And that's where we have that from. And of course this was the map from the back of one of these that we've cut here. So this brings it kind of back in. Now if you don't want to use this piece and you just want to put down a photo mat, you are sure welcome to do that. You can see here I photo matted it. I didn't really need to, but that was how I opted to do it before. Oh, sorry, I'm covering up the microphone. That was how I opted to do that. But I'm going to do that again. Okay, here we go. Show you how to do this frame. You can use either side. I feel like this one goes a little better with this. Center this as much as you can inside of these lines here and over here. Here on this side. And we're going to center that because we're going to put this frame on it. I did go around the edges. Probably didn't need to on this one, but I did it anyway. Okay. Burnish it down so that glue gets worked into the fibers. Be careful, you are kind of working around a magnet, but even though it's on the other side, you don't want it to poke through either side. Okay. So let's start here on this long edge. You're going to measure this up. So it's about a 1/16 of an inch here and here. All the way down along this crease. You don't want it to go over it. You're going to come down to here and give it the same spacing. And then you're going to clip it. And let's put some stuff right there. I don't think we really need to, but let's do, just to be safe. Oh, that might be my husband. Nope. Okay. Let's do the second side the same way. Don't glue these down yet, please. Your 1/16 of an inch. And your 1/16 of an inch here. And you actually want this one to be the same size as that one I've lost. Oh, there it is. Whew. So you can measure it this way if you like. Clip them off the same length. Save these. You may need them for another frame if you decide to do one. I'm going to put them under my little toolbox up there. Now, you're going to do the same thing top and bottom here. And let's see, let's use this one. These both have a little bit of glue edge left on them. So your 1/16 of an inch, right, left, and top. Sorry, my head's in the way. Go ahead and line it up to the other one, or you can just crease it at that mark where you know you're going to cut it. Give it a good crease. Straight down. Clip off the other side. And then unfold it. I am fumble fingers today. And cut right on that line. Okay, now this part always gets me. Let's place this piece down right where it's supposed to be, and then carefully pick up this one over here, and you're going to place it right where it's supposed to be. You don't want to glue these down yet. So that's 1/16 of an inch, both sides. Okay, carefully pick these up, hanging on to them, so we're not losing that squaring up part. And we are going to clip from that center corner there, where it comes together, to this corner out here. There we go. So that gives us that side and this side, where we're going to hopefully glue those together correctly. Now don't worry about that one right now. Again, lining up your 1/8 of an inch on each side. This is not the right piece. I guess it's fine. It is the right piece. That's right, I didn't clip these down. So carefully pick that up, maintaining that place where you've squared it up there, and clip from the corner, inside corner to the outside corner. Our first one is done. Now, again, your 1/16 of an inch, because you lined it up before, you know you still have to line it up on that 1/16. Line it up on your 16th over here. Yeah, see, I used a different piece. Oh, Ange. But if you've done that too, just, oh, look, here it was. Well, we've started on the other piece now. Okay, your 1/16 of an inch. We still in screen here. Let me move this up a little bit for you. Once again, lining these up. So we're getting our 1/16 of an inch. Carefully pick this up. And we're going to cut corner to corner. There we go. And one last one. Once again, get our little 1/16 of an inch. There we go. And this piece. Right to there. That should do it. We hope the magic is going to happen. Keeping that lined up. Clip corner to corner. Okay. Whew, that one made me sweat, huh? And by doing this, we may end up with a nice little piece that we can use on that little hinge I made. Not quite yet. Nope, it needs to be a little bit fatter. Okay, back to this. Back to our show. Okay. Oh, before you do that, get out your distressing ink and distress your edges where you sliced it. That's 1, 2, 3. Do you ever have dreams and you kind of go through the day and you remember little bits and pieces of it, but never really the whole thing? You know it's a great dream, but you can't remember all the bits and pieces of it, but you kind of go through the day and then there's a deja vu. I often dream like that. I just call it my deja vu dreams, but today is definitely one of those days. So anyway, feels like I'm doing something that I did in my dream, you know, just a few hours ago. That's probably it, because I was crafting in my dream. Can't get away from it. I am forever got the crafter bug. Line those up as best as you can. Remembering your 1/16 of an inch. Give it a good burnish. Okay. Now let's put this one down. Sorry about that. Had to blow a little piece of glue off of there. Okay. Now, not lining up so good. I'm off, so I'm going to just slip it right on top. And hopefully this side will go on well. Yep, so far so good there. Yeah, that one did not quite line up. I might have measured with this piece to start with. So if I'd have kept them in the same order, the small one on the top and the other small one on the bottom, like I cut them, they probably would have matched up just fine. But it is okay if you have to kind of land on top of them a little bit. If you have to do that, you don't like the way it looks, we do have those flowers we're going to be using. Yeah, I'm off. So this piece here must have been down here. That's the only thing I can think of. Yep. I can tell when I go to set this one in that it's off a little bit. But that's okay. We can put flowers up there. It really won't matter. Okay. There we go. Oh, goodness. Better burnish it down, hadn't I? It's already coming back up. It's because I did not burnish it down. Okay. I have glue fingers. Gluey hands. Gluey hands. Okay. That leaves us this page here. Let's see what we used. Open this up. Oh yeah, we used I think it's a Martha Stewart. We'll check. So we put one of these down, and then we use this piece to go over the top. Now you decide which piece you want to use. Do you want to put the music in to bring the music back? And then use this piece to kind of bring these pieces back in? We want to kind of keep our theme going. I think I might use this. I love this. Let's get our Martha Stewart out. Oh, it's in that beautiful green that I love. I've always loved this color. My grandmother's kitchen was this color. Okay. Line this up so it's about centered, or start with your paper right on the edge of that punch, because we want them to be as even as possible. Whatever you do here, you're going to do on the black one that's going underneath of it, so that we get them lined up. Now on my punch, I have to move the things out of the way, otherwise they interfere, and then it doesn't punch again. So bring this down, line them up. These are lining up with the little silver holes there. There we go. Now come finish up this side. Oh, goodness. I should have moved those. Let's see. Oh, it did okay. Whew. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm going to save that little piece in case I need a strip here or there. Okay. Find a small piece of black that is a leftover piece that you would like to use on this. I got to find one long enough. You can decide if you want this page to hold more than one frame. If you do, you're probably going to want to put an edge on this pocket. In here, I just glued it down as a tuck pocket, which means it's not really a pocket that you're going to put more than one frame in at a time. I'm going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to line this up. And I'm going to punch it. I'm not cutting the size down yet because I want to be sure that I get the top done right. So I started here last time. I'm going to do that again. Oh! Okay, I'm going to have to stand up. I apologize if I get in your way. There's one. It doesn't like to punch through this thicker paper. So I have to press down not only on the handle, one more on that side, but I have to press down on this piece too. Yes. Then we'll come over here. Line this up. Whoops, don't do that. That would have been wrong. And let's see. Yes. There we go. I have tried the foil. I've tried to put the foil in that to sharpen it up, but it's just not happening. Okay. Wrong piece. Let's see if they line up. Yeehaw, they do. Okay, so now I need to cut this one down. Right. It's going to go edge to edge on your pocket. Okay, then we're going to cut that down. Okay, that should be perfect. Okay, and I think I want my pocket to be 1, 2, maybe 2 inches. Let's see. Yes, I think I'll go 2 inches. Or do we want 2.5? It's just a tuck pocket. I'm going to go 2 inches. And I'm going to cut that off. Okay. So far so good. So we're going to have that piece and that piece. And now let's cut this one off appropriately. Now on the other one I brought it down just under the black there. Can you see that okay? Where's my white? I'm going to bring it just below the black, so that you see the white dots showing through the black there. I think that looks nice that way. So this piece is going to get cut off just a little bit to leave an area around that pocket, just slightly. So it's a little less than 2 inches. Let's have a look. Yep, works out fine, just fine. Very nice. And we're going to glue that down. Yep. Okay, let's glue these two together. Normally I don't bring my phone in with me when I'm recording. I don't like the interruptions, for one. But since my husband's out on the road today, I want to be sure I'm available, so I'm going to have to look at my phone here in just a second. He'll be letting me know if he got chose for jury duty. I don't know how it works in other states, but I'm pulling that down a little bit because I was off just a bit there. Okay. Now if it did go over the edge like mine did, go ahead and just clip it down. Otherwise it will hang over the edge of your pocket. And if your punch left any tails behind, clip that off too. But don't clip through your pretty eyelet. Oh, there's a tail up there too. My goodness. Okay, good enough. Okay, let's not glue our pocket down yet. Let's close some of this up. We are going to glue this piece down next. I've already pre-cut it to fit. It does not need to come down all that way. If you want to save on paper, you can cut it up to here, which is up about 1.5 inches. But I'm going to go ahead and just leave mine as it is. I love this edge, so I'm going to leave this showing to kind of bring this and the music back in. Or I could flip it over and use that side. But I really love the 3D look of that corrugated cardboard back there, so that's the way for me. Oh, I got some more lace for the Roses and Lace album. Love to show it to you. I just don't know if there's going to be time. Going to be time. Going! Oh, we get so used to just talking that we shorten our words. Going. I do it every time. Well, okay. Let me clean some of this up. And let me put away my Miss Martha punch. I think we're done with it. Oops, not that drawer. That drawer. Okie dokie. Here we go. And let's glue down the sides here. If you have a little tail sticking up there on one of your pieces, go ahead and glue it down. The Roses and Lace, I'm gonna have to be a good girl and realize that I can't have really super dirty hands all the time because we'll be using a white background paper on it. Hey, I forgot to mush up my edges with distressing ink. Oh dear. We'll have to do that. Do that in just a minute. Let's mush this pocket down and make sure it's going to stay. There we go. Okay. Now carefully grab the bottom here just by turning your page a little bit. Like I said, with the black background, it really doesn't matter. If it gets on the other side, fix that up. And then if you want to do the top as well, you can go over it and distress it a little bit. Just want to be careful that you're not hitting this part. There we go. So when you forget your distressing ink on these, on a black background, it's a little easier to fix. Let's make sure it closes. Yep, closes down nicely. Okay. I am going to put you on standby for a moment and check my phone, and I will be right back with you.